Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I think those who have watched our previous video, they might have liked that video. If you are very new to this channel and haven't watched our video, please go to the channel and watch our video. And if you like, please subscribe the channel to get the updated videos regarding the tourism and hospitality. Alright, so without wasting time, let's start today's topic. We know that housekeeping department is providing various services to the guest, but is it possible for only one person to provide all the services, or is it possible for only a few person to provide all the services to the guest which is provided by the housekeeping department? Definitely no. So what is the solution? In housekeeping department there are different sections, and each and every section is providing different services to the guest. So today's topic is about the layout of housekeeping department, where we are going to learn about the function of each and every section of the housekeeping department. So without wasting time, let's get started. Alright, so this is our 10th topic, and today we are going to learn about the hotel housekeeping department, basically the layout of housekeeping department. So without wasting time, let's go ahead and then let's see the learning outcome for today. So after completion of today's topic, each one of us will be able to draw the layout of housekeeping department and also explain the duties and responsibilities of each and every section of housekeeping department, and also list the factors taken into consideration while planning the layout. So we'll go one by one to all these points. All right. So here we have the layout of housekeeping department, where you can see there are different sections, and we will today discuss about each and every section. All right. So in a housekeeping department, whatever the layout you can see in this slide, it is not mandatory that all the hotels will have the same type of layout. Always remember, the layout depends upon various factors. Those factors we will discuss at the end of today's class. All right. So basically in each and every hotel you will find all these sections, but the layout differ from hotel to hotel. All right. Okay, now we can see we can start from the bottom side. All right, so in the bottom side you can see in the left hand side, bottom left hand side, we have the executive housekeeper. So we have learned previously the head of the department is executive housekeeper. So the executive housekeeper should have a cabin or a place where he or she can sit and do his or her work. So this is the place which has been allotted for the executive housekeeper. Now next to the executive housekeeper, we have the secretary, or you can say the assistant housekeeper. All right. So if whatever the person who is assisting to the executive housekeeper is also a secretary. So the person also have a separate cabin for that. Next, we have the housekeeping control store. We have discussed about the desk control room. All right, so this is called the nerve center of this housekeeping department, because all the communication inside the department, even with other departments, everything are going through this control desk. This is a very important place for the housekeeping department. All right, next comes the housekeeping store. Housekeeping store means we keep our items like supplies, amenities, or maybe the machineries. All these are stored in this place. So this is called housekeeping store. All right, so we'll have a storekeeper for that who will be maintaining this place. Next, we have the upholstery and furniture yard. Who is an upholsterer? Upholsterer is a person who is basically stitching or maybe taking care of the soft furnishings. You can say example of the sofa cover or maybe the cushion cover. All these things are done by the upholsterer. So a furniture yard is there where the upholsterer basically used to work and do the repairing work or maybe the stitching work. All these things are done by the upholsterer. Next, we have the flower room. We have learned about previously that flower arrangement is provided by the housekeeping department. Now for that we need a flower room. Either the hotel may have a contractual flower arrangement service or may have their own service. Okay, if their own service, definitely the hotel needs a separate place to do the flower arrangement. If the hotel is having a contractual flower arrangement service, then also the flower room is mandatory. Why? Because all the arrangements is not possible to do outside and bring it and provide in the guest room or maybe the particular place. What happens when the florist comes with the flower? They make the arrangement and they place it, all right. But for making that flower arrangement, the florist needs a space, and especially a air conditioned room where the flower will remain fresh. So that's why the flower room must be there in the housekeeping department of any hotel, all right. So it's clear about the uh, say different section which is mentioned in the bottom side. Now in the top side, in the left hand side top corner, we can see we have the linen store. All right, linens are basically placed inside the guest room. What are the linens? Like bed sheet, duvet covers, pillow covers, towels, different types of towels like hand towels, bath towel, face towel. All these are called linens. So those are actually stored in the linen store, and that is provided to the guest room attendant for their work. All right. Next, we have the tailor shop. Definitely, this is needed for what? For stitching purpose. The tailor used to do different tasks. For example, different types of stitching tasks. For example, stitching of the uniform of the staff. All right. Always remember, the housekeeping department is providing uniform to the employees of entire hotel. All right. So the stitching is needed. So this is done by the tailor. What else except stitching the uniform? Maybe alteration of the uniform which is required, maybe stitching of anything else, like maybe a discarded bed sheet. Okay, those discarded bed sheet are transformed into dusting clothes. Okay, then the stitching is required, the bed sheet needs to be cut, the side have to be stitched. So that is done by the tailor. What else? Suppose a very new bed sheet, and in that bed sheet some stain came. Now the stain will not be there in the entire bed sheet, it may be in only one part, and it is maybe in such a part it cannot be used if the stain is there, and the stain is not able to remove. Okay, the stain remover process has been done, but the stain are unable to remove. So in that case, what to do? The tailor will cut down the bed sheet and they can make the pillow cover with the rest of the clean part, because the bed sheet is new, it can be reused again. As we are unable to use the bed sheet, we can cut the material and we can make it a pillow cover for the guest room. So all these type of stitching task is basically done by the tailor, and for that we need a designated place, that is called tailor shop. Next we have the linen and uniform room. All right. So linen and uniform room is basically place where we store all the linens and uniforms of the employees which are in use. All right. So the employees, they are wearing something. Okay. So those are in use. So the employees are giving their used uniform for washing, we are giving it to the laundry, and after processing again it come back to the linen and uniform room and we store it. So you can see beside the linen and uniform room we have the laundry. So what happens? See, there is a corridor in between and we have an employee exchange counter. All right. And inside in there is a exchange counter between the linen and uniform room and laundry. So what happens? An employee come with a dirty uniform, the employee will give it to the linen and uniform room. And when the employee is giving the dirty uniform, the linen and uniform room attendant will issue one fresh clean uniform to the employee, and the employee will go from there. Now those uniform are given to the laundry for washing purpose, and that exchange is done through that housekeeping laundry exchange counter. All right. Now when the processing has been done, again the laundry person will give it back to the linen and uniform room and they will store it. And next day when the given uniform has been used, the person will again come with that, and the washed one you can give it to the staff. So this is a cyclic way which keeps on going, the same process has been done. So this exchange counter is actually made for that, because the staff of other departments are not allowed to enter in these areas. All right. Now this is all about uniform. What about the linen? Linens are also exchanged in the same way. All right, like the guest room attendant, they will bring the dirty linens and they will give it to the uniform linen room and linen and uniform room. Now the linen and uniform room will issue the same number of fresh linens to the GRA, and the GRA will go from there, and the GRA will keep it their own floor pantry. Now this uh, dirty linens are given to the laundry for processing. After processing, the laundry will again give it back to the linen and uniform room, and they will store it there. So this is again a cyclic process. So both the things are done here. Now what is the difference linen store and linen and uniform store? Basically in the linen store, we keep the materials, the linen materials, from where we can stitch the uniforms, and we can and also the fresh one, okay, the not the linen materials, and also the that uniform materials are also stored there. All right, so linen materials means the new one which has been used, so those linens are stored here, and the uniform materials are also kept here so the tailor can access that. All right, so that's all about the layout of housekeeping department of a hotel, and these different sections, they perform different job or maybe a task into, and they provide different services to the guest. Now this is a layout of a linen room in detail. In the previous slide you have seen the linen room and the total view of the layout of housekeeping department. Now this is a detailed view of the linen room, actually what should be there inside the linen room. So you can see there a linen store and tailor shop is there as in the previous slide, and then we have the linen storage racks will be there where we can store the linens. Then some folding table will be there where the sorting process is actually carried out. Sorting process means we will check the quality of the linen which is given by the laundry, and even sometimes we check the guest laundry also, that if there is any torn or maybe a button is missing, all this type of, basically this folding table at the center is used for inspection purpose. All right, the detail we will learn about in the laundry process. All right, now next we have the linen humpers. Now what is this linen humper? Linen humper is a place where we basically store the dirty linens. So throughout the day many GRA will come, they will give the dirty linens, and we will not send this linen and uniform room will not send every time one by one. So they will collect all those things together, and at the end of the day they will send it to the laundry for washing. All right, now where they will keep, they will keep in the linen humpers. All right, next we have the laundry exchange counter, staff exchange counter, that I have already discussed in the previous slide, and we have the laundry. Okay, so this is about the layout in detail about the linen room. Next we have the layout of uniform room. All right, basically it's quite similar. We have the shelf, we have the material store where we store the uniform material, and we will have the cupboards where we can store the the washed uniform which can be folded, those are kept in the cupboard, and those are also in the shelves. Okay, folding table, the same purpose for inspection purpose. Okay, mobile hanging racks, mobile hanging rack means it's a rotating rack. So what we will keep there, we will basically keep the washed uniforms which we cannot fold it, we have to hang it, for example blazers or maybe shirt. Okay, those which cannot fold, uh, the hanging uniforms, they are actually hanged in the mobile hanging rack, so it is movable. So whatever we can search, we can just pull it and we can take it out. Okay, now the rest of the things are same, like laundry exchange counter for exchanging these uniforms and linens, and we also have the staff exchange counter from where the staff will exchange their uniform. All right. All right, so our next layout is about the floor pantry. What is a floor pantry? It's in the name only. It's a small pantry which is located in each and every floor of the hotel. Okay, now what basically its purpose? It is basically used by the housekeeping department where they can store their items for providing services to the guest. Okay, now let's see what are the things will be there inside the floor pantry. So you can see the layout. In the layout, in the left hand side top corner, that is the entrance. Next to the entrance we have the notice board. Now what is the notice board? It is a board which displays the task of the work, maybe the VIPs inside or any important thing which needs to be highlighted, that is written in the notice board. All right, and that is done by the floor supervisor of that particular floor. Okay, now next is the rack for storing cleaning agents. Okay, now what is the cleaning agent? Basically the chemicals which is used for cleaning purpose. So we should have a designated place to store all those chemicals. Next, after that we have the first aid. Now first aid is basically required in each and everywhere, especially in the housekeeping department, because they are physically working a lot, they might get any accident. So in that case, if the first aid is nearby, it will be helpful for the staff, even for the guest also, it is not only for the staff. Okay, next is the right hand side. We can see it is written racks for storing fresh linen. Fresh linen means definitely the linens which we will use in that particular floor. So those fresh linens are stored, there will be some racks for that. Now in the bottom side we have the racks for storing cleaning equipments like brooms, brush, mop, bucket, whatever the equipment we need, then the vacuum cleaner, everything will be stored in this place. All right, next we have the dustbin. In the left bottom corner you can see we have the dustbin. Okay, now dustbin is the place where the GRA will throw all the garbage, and the gardener at the end of the day they will come and they will collect the garbage and they will segregate it, or they will put it in the place where it should be. Now next is the drinking water. Okay, drinking water outlet should be there with some water purifier. Why? Because definitely the staff who are working the floor, GRA floor supervisor, they need to drink water. So where they will go, every time they will go down and up, that is a waste of time. They will get their drinking water in the floor pantry only, in each and every floor. Second, there are few guests, those who do not want to pay for the mineral water. They do not want to consume that. They need a normal filter water. So in that case, it will be easy and fast to provide that type of those normal water to the guest. All right. Next to that, we have the wash basin. Wash basin is required for cleaning purpose, cleaning of your hands and all, and especially the cleaning equipments which you are using, the GRA is using, those things are washed in the wash basin. All right, next we have the linen chute. Now what is the linen chute? Linen chute, you can say it's a hollow pipe. Basically it connects the top floor to the laundry. Basically laundry we will found in the basement or in the first floor. All right, but what in that case, like if you are working or any GRA working in the top floor, maybe 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th floor, at the end of the day the dirty linens will be huge amount, because they are going to clean 15-20 rooms. Okay, after that, if they have to bring it down physically, it will be a horrible job. All right, and it is a waste of time, waste of energy also. All right, for that this hollow pipe will help. Now what is this hollow pipe? This is a hollow pipe connecting from the top floor till to the laundry, and in the laundry it is having an open mouth. It is just like an elevator. There is nothing which is going up and down. This is just the structure of an elevator. It is having a hollow pipe. The elevator is like same. Okay, now there will be windows in each and every floor. Okay, inside the floor pantry. Now what happens, the GRA, when they want to put something, they will open the window, they will put those dirty linens inside, and they will close the window. That's all. That will directly go down to the laundry, and there will be some laundry person who will be sorting it out, and they will give it for washing process. All right, so this is called linen chute. Next we have the intercom. Intercom means internally connected telephone. Okay, now suppose a GRA wants to call in the reception, a GRA wants to call in the in-room dining or in the housekeeping department in the desk control room. So how they will do that? Definitely there should be some provision. They should not do it from inside the guest room. All right, so they can come and they can speak from here. Next is the fire extinguisher. For the safety purpose, it should be everywhere. All right, so and in the center we have the chambermaid trolley. I think all of you have seen in movies or maybe in many videos the guest room attendant, those who are cleaning the guest room, they are using a trolley where they will load all the required things, whatever he or she required for the entire day. Okay, so that is called chambermaid trolley. Okay, this will actually help the guest room attendant to work faster and in a proper way. Okay, even the GRA do not have to come every time to the floor pantry. All right, so in another class we will learn in detail about the chambermaid trolley, and we will also learn how to store the chambermaid trolley. All right, so that's all about the floor pantry. In each and every floor pantry you will find the same thing, and each and every floors are having their own chambermaid trolley, their own cleaning equipments, own fresh linens, everything. Okay, so that's all about the floor pantry. And let's go ahead to this last point, that is the factors to create layout of housekeeping department. So today we have learned about the housekeeping department layout. Especially uh, we are having we have looked into an inner view of the linen room, of the laundry room. Okay, all these things we have watched, and we have also learned about the floor pantry. Okay, now, I told in the beginning of today's class that the layout of housekeeping department depends upon different factors. Now, what are those factors? First point, you can see the total number of guest rooms. If the number of guest room is more, definitely the housekeeping department will be more bigger to provide more better service, to store maximum linen, okay, which is required, and definitely the number of staff will be more. Okay, next, number of F&B outlets as well as function rooms. If a hotel having more number of food and beverage outlets, selling outlets, or maybe a function room, definitely the housekeeping department will be more bigger to store all the F&B linens and all. All right. Next, the amount of manpower required. So when the manpower is more, uh, then definitely the housekeeping department should be much bigger. Okay, the volume of business anticipated, the volume of business means the occupancy percentage. All right, occupancy percentage, if it is high, very high every time throughout the year, definitely the housekeeping department needs a bigger department, and if it is less, definitely it can be standard one. Number of jobs contracted out, like there are many contracted services which are contracted outsourcing are there in the housekeeping department. For example, babysitter, maybe a pest controller, maybe a florist. So these are different contractual services. Okay, if the number of contractual services are more, definitely there should be a section for them where they will come, they will report, and they will, that go for their duty and all. To manage the contractual services, there should be separate place. And if it is only a very few number, maybe one or two contractual services which is provided, rest of the services are in-house only, then we do not need that much separate place for them. All right. Next is the flow of traffic, people and equipment. Flow of traffic means how many people are moving. You have seen in the first layout of the housekeeping department, there is a corridor where the people from all the departments, they will come to give their uniform for washing, to collect the fresh uniform. So that is the people, the flow of traffic. And the equipment, equipment means definitely the linens which are carried out. The linen should actually used for bringing down the dirty linens, but there is no equipment such as to which can, that bring the fresh linen to the different floors. So for that, what is the process? There are big trolleys. The trolleys have to be loaded, and the GRA will be taking those trolleys through the service elevator to their own floors. So definitely that is equipment. The traffic is also required. Okay, so these are the different you can say factors or points which actually are required to be considered while planning the housekeeping department. All right, so that's all for today's topic. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and do not forget to share it, and also subscribe the channel. And if you have any query, please put it in the comment box. Definitely I'll reply. So that's all for today. Signing off.